lab results blew everyone away. They showed an easy way for anyone to reverse diabetes without medications, diet, or exercise. Even if they'd been type 2 for years and their blood sugar was way out of control, all the doctors and scientists were stunned. Because the lab report turned conventional wisdom on its head. It showed the culprit behind diabetes is not poor diet or lack of exercise. The real root cause? A key protein that's being worked to death, wreaking havoc throughout the body and causing blood sugar levels to spiral out of control. The medical team included the brightest minds from Harvard, Oxford, and Cambridge universities, all with decades of research experience behind them. Based on revelations from East Africa, they were applying new technology to crack diabetes. Using confocal microscopy and mass spectrometry, they honed in to find its origin, and they were astonished at what they saw. They studied samples from 244 type 2 diabetics and noted the same problem in each case. A key protein was being overworked and overwhelmed, causing it to malfunction. And that was a big problem, because this protein is critical to managing blood sugar levels. When it's not working right, you start to slide into diabetes. And unless you fix this root problem, you'll get sicker and sicker. And you know what that means for diabetics. An avalanche of health problems. Blurry vision, foot pain, heart issues, and kidney failure. Maybe blindness, amputation, or an early death. It's a scary prospect. But in a strange way, the shocking lab results were great news. Because once you know the real problem, it's easy to find a solution that works. To put it simply, the doctors now knew how to reverse diabetes, and that really put the cat amongst the canaries. You can throw everything you've been told about diabetes out the window. Diabetes can't be reversed. Wrong. You'll be on insulin for life. Not true. You'll never be slim and healthy again? Nonsense. Thanks to these new scientific revelations, everything has changed. So if you've been struggling to lose weight or manage your blood sugar, take heart. It's not your fault. You were given the wrong advice, so you could never succeed. Traditional diabetes treatments are only good for managing the symptoms. They do nothing to tackle the real root cause. That's frustrating, I know, but be thankful that you've stumbled across this message, because if you stick with me for the next 3 minutes, I'll show you the easy way to tackle the real root cause. You'll be able to reverse your diabetes, lose weight, and restore glowing health, all without taking prescription drugs or starving on a bland, tasteless diet. It's easy when you know how. I'll reveal the secret to turning the overwhelm into natural balance, so your whole body functions like a well-oiled machine. You'll notice your vision getting sharper, your foot pain fading away, and your weight dropping fast. And you'll balance your blood sugar naturally without insulin, metformin, or any other habit-forming drugs. In fact, you'll accomplish all this in a 100% natural way that takes just a few seconds a day. You can do it from home, and it starts working fast. Research leader Dr. Leavitt says, "This is the biggest medical breakthrough of the decade. We've proved that diabetes can be reversed, offering new hope to diabetics everywhere. Even chronic type 2s can now look forward to a healthy future. This life-changing solution has now been tested on thousands of diabetics with an unheard-of success rate." But wait a sec. If this is such a medical breakthrough, why isn't it all over the papers or on the TV news? Great question, and the answer is troubling. The truth is, all the big media companies depend on advertising revenue from the big pharma companies. Every year, drug companies spend billions of dollars on ads. The last thing these drug companies want is for you to reverse your diabetes. They want you stuck on their expensive drugs for life, so stories like this get suppressed. The media companies won't dare touch them in case the pharma money dries up. That's why I'm getting this message out over the internet. It's the only medium they can't control, and spreading the word is urgent. Every 8 seconds, someone dies from diabetes. I don't want you to be next, especially as we know this solution works like gangbusters, even for long-term diabetics with serious health issues. Lester Romero from Mission, Texas, was in bad shape when he tried it. His weight had ballooned and he needed insulin jabs 4 times a day. His vision was deteriorating and his kidneys were shot. But thanks to the new solution, all that has changed, he says. I've thrown the insulin in the trash and my weight has dropped by 53 pounds. My vision is getting sharper by the day, and I no longer have bathroom issues. I never thought I'd be able to reverse my diabetes, but it's happening. Amazing! Velma Patterson from Southfield, Michigan has experienced an amazing transformation too. She says, a few months ago, I seemed to be constantly checking my blood sugar, taking meds, or worrying about what I could eat without getting fatter. Now all that's behind me. I eat whatever I want without worrying. I don't have to prick my finger anymore or take handfuls of meds. I look and feel 10 years younger, and I couldn't be happier. But as you've heard, the pharma companies don't want this message to get out. Their lawyers are trying hard to get this video taken down. So be sure to watch this to the end while you still can. If you wait until tomorrow, it may be too late. Then you'll never know about the simple way to reverse diabetes once and for all. You'll be stuck with failing health, uncontrollable weight gain, and a bleak future. But if you give me a few more minutes, I'll explain everything. Then you too can enjoy balanced blood sugar, rapid weight loss, and a big improvement in your health. Starting today, you'll put yourself to reverse your diabetes, enjoy better sleep, and gain a new zest for life. Just a few weeks from now, you could be looking at a new version of yourself in the mirror, slimmer, healthier, fitter, and happier. No more daily injections, cravings, side effects, guilt, or shame. And you'll look forward to many extra years of active life ahead, having fun with your kids and grandkids, indulging your hobbies and passions, living life to the fullest every day. All of that can begin today.
Hi there. My name is Tony Bailey. I'm not a doctor, but I know all this because my blood sugar swings nearly cost me my life and tore my family apart. You see, I ruined my only grandson's special day, collapsing in front of him, his friends, and the rest of my family. My beautiful wife, Lisa, thought I'd never wake up. My grandson, Ethan, was traumatized by what he saw, thinking his grandpa was gone forever. Yet, as strange as it may sound, I thank God every day that it happened, because this incident led me to uncover the true cause of high, unstable blood sugar levels, intense carb cravings, and stubborn diabetic fat. Within weeks, I optimized my blood sugar back to a healthy range and fixed my metabolism, all while watching the numbers on my monitor and scale come tumbling down to normal again, leaving my doctor in utter disbelief because I did it without working out or dieting and didn't rely on expensive medications or painful injections. Instead, I got here by using a Sudanese blood sugar secret, a unique type of sugar that's so powerful, I used it to completely reset my level and clear the symptoms. Sugar resetting sugar? Shocking, right? But it's true. This super sugar was the key to stabilizing healthy blood sugar levels and reversing my type 2 diabetes. It's the sole reason I've been able to drop 4 pant sizes faster than I thought possible, why my energy was skyrocketed and I look and feel 20 years younger, and why I now have a new lease on life thanks to this Sudanese secret. I have reset my metabolism and melted pounds after pound of ugly belly fat. So I urge you to stay with me for the next few minutes, because I'm going to reveal a specific type of super sugar and how to use it at home to force glucose out of your bloodstream. What you're about to learn not only steered me away from death's door, but allowed me to regain my youthful energy and zest for life. It gave my marriage a second chance and allowed me more time with my precious grandson, Ethan. I'm enjoying all my favorite activities again, like playing 18 holes, shooting hoops, and hiking. My marriage is more passionate and stronger than ever. And it hasn't just helped me. Thousands of regular folks have added the same secret recipe to their daily routine to balance their blood sugar and reclaim control of their lives and waistlines, all without having to monitor every carb, spend all day working out, or painfully resisting every craving, allowing them the lean frame, confidence, and energy to enjoy life without the complications of high blood sugar. No more worries about high blood pressure, chronic fatigue, nerve pain, and brain fog. So, if you're sick of being at the mercy of rising blood sugar and terrified of its health complications, if you've had enough of piling on the pounds, fighting cravings, and feeling unhealthy and exhausted, and if you'd like to turn your life around once and for all, you must add this unique sugar to your routine as well. It works whether you are a man or a woman, and whether you're 40, 60, or even 80 plus years old. It works if you're struggling to control your blood sugar for 17 years or 17 days. So it won't surprise you, this medical breakthrough has the powers that be shaking in their boots. They do not want you to know about this and are working to take this information offline forever. Big pharma executives are hiding the fact that healthy blood sugar levels can be reset and maintained naturally. So, if you keep buying their meds forever without actually addressing the leading cause of your problems, this industry has made billions on our pain and suffering. But that changes right now, because once I share the real culprit behind unstable blood sugar, the leading cause nobody is talking about, you'll know exactly how and why it all works, and why nothing you've been told to do has worked. You'll see how all of your past failures were not your fault. There's a scientific explanation for why every so-called solution left you frustrated, scared, and maybe in even worse shape than before. You're about to uncover a secret recipe that restores the body's healthy response to sugar, carbs, and even fat. This reset could stabilize blood sugar and potentially eliminate the health trouble that often follows. Because your inability to control your blood sugar and weight have nothing to do with your genes, fortunately, I'm in a position to help you fight back. As I mentioned, my name is Tony Bailey. I'm a 64-year-old retired firefighter from Dallas, Texas. I spent 30 years working for the fire department, and it was an honor of a lifetime to serve my community. So I'm not here pretending to be a wellness guru or big shot doctor. I'm just a regular guy, a devoted husband, proud father, and grandfather. But the story I'm about to share is anything but ordinary. About 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. It crept out of the shadows and grabbed hold of me out of nowhere. Although my mom was an insulin-dependent type 2 diabetic who passed years ago, I didn't think it would happen to me. After all, I made smart food choices and stayed active, hitting the golf course and basketball court with my buddies. But in my late 50s, my body turned on me. I hadn't changed anything in my diet and was still staying active. Sure, I'd indulged in a sweet treat here and there, but not enough to explain why my pants kept getting tighter. I just knew something wasn't right, because now I'd put on a pound or two whenever I even looked at a muffin. Those couple of pounds quickly turned into an extra 12, all sitting right around my belly. And as the weight piled on, I woke up every morning with aching joints. It felt like being attacked by lightning bolts. I had shooting pains through my hands and my legs day and night. My blood sugar was higher than ever, and I needed to pee constantly. I wasn't getting the deep, restful sleep I used to, and my energy plummeted. I shrugged it off as just part of getting older. But then I had a huge increase in my appetite. I craved Cinnabons and chocolate cakes, no matter how much I ate throughout the day. Before long, I'd gained 30 pounds. I felt terrible and looked even worse. Just walking upstairs left me exhausted. All I wanted to do was crawl into bed and sleep. All this took a toll on my marriage. Lisa felt neglected, and I was embarrassed. I couldn't be intimate. I was still attracted to her, but My sex drive had vanished. She'd try to get me in the mood with lingerie and snuggling up under the sheets, but I'd just make up some pitiful excuse. I felt like a weak old man whose best days were behind him. I didn't want to look or feel like that anymore, so I took action to get my life back. I cut my sugary foods, drinks, and carbs. I joined the gym, got a personal trainer, and doubled up on my cardio. I booked a meal delivery service plan, counted calories, meditated, and even tried intermittent fasting. No food for 16 hours a day. Yet, no matter what I did, the weight wouldn't budge. My energy was so low, I fell into a deep depression. Things seemed hopeless, and I felt like I had no control, like I was trapped with nowhere to turn. Lisa was so worried. She insisted I go to a physician and full blood work. The doctor said my blood sugar level was borderline diabetic. He took out his prescription pad and casually started writing. He put me on cholesterol medication, a blood pressure pill, and metformin. He told me to exercise for hours every day and follow a restrictive diet. Plus, the meds he prescribed brought on new problems. I was sick in my stomach, felt burning in my throat, and couldn't go to the bathroom. I did what he said, but I still felt awful. So I thought, if I made more changes to my lifestyle, maybe that would help. Boy, was I wrong. I felt even more exhausted, restless, and shallow sleep left me waking up drenched in sweat and gasping for breath. So I went back to the doctor. This time, my blood sugar was even higher. My blood pressure was out of control, and I had gained another 12 pounds. He told me I was now full-blown diabetic, my worst fear coming true. But how? I'd done everything my doctor wanted. Sure, I'd cheat on my diet here and there, but never missed my meds. Yet, things had now spiraled out of control, and my doctor's answer was another prescription. Now, I was suffering from splitting headaches, and the water pills made me pee every 5 minutes. And then my kidneys started to show signs of failing too. Everything seemed to lead to another dead end. I mean, nothing was working. Before I knew it, the doctor said I'd have to go on insulin. Stabbing myself with a needle every day was awful, but the bigger problem was the high cost of insulin wasn't fully covered by my insurance. Soon, I was paying $558 per week. That's over $29,000 a year, and none of it was helping. Yet the emotional cost was higher still. One Sunday after church, I stretched out my recliner, relaxing and watching football with Ethan, my grandson. Then he poked me in the gut and said, "Grandpa, you're too fat. I'm scared you're gonna die. Why do you need so much medicine?" My heart sank as I realized at the rate I was going, he was right. I'd be lucky to see my grandson's next birthday. There I was, sitting next to a dozen pill bottles. I had blood pressure meds, antidepressants, water pills, erection drugs, diabetes medicines, and insulin. They were supposed to keep me feeling healthy, yet none of them actually fixed the problems. Instead, things got worse. Along with high blood sugar, blood pressure, and cholesterol, I had numbness and tingling in my feet, and my vision got blurred, and ED completely canceled my sex life. But none of that prepared me for what happened on Ethan's birthday. I'm ashamed to say it, but I collapsed in the middle of his party, landing face down in his birthday cake. What a disaster. Thank God the paramedics saved me, but I spent days in intensive care connected to beeping machines and a catheter. The AR doctor told me I was lucky to be alive, and if I didn't make drastic changes, it could happen again. The doctor's warnings was very clear. I had to do something fast, or risk turning into a vegetable, placing an unthinkable burden on my family. When I saw Ethan, I couldn't contain my emotion. I broke down, apologizing for scaring him. He cried too, saying, It's okay, Grandpa. I just want you to get better. I got a new basketball for my birthday, and I need you to teach me how to shoot." As I lay in the hospital bed that night, I thought, Back to my days as a firefighter, I made my way into a burning building many times, determined to save those trapped inside. Not just because it was my duty, but because those people deserved to live, deserved to be with their families again. That's why I realized I too deserved to live and get better, be healthy, and my family deserved to have me too. Thinking back to those memories gave me the faith and strength to stop feeling sorry for myself and push forward. So I prayed to God for a solution and promised that if He could grant me the wisdom to reverse my failing health, I'd pay it forward and share the secret with the world. Suddenly, I felt a sense of peace. I had faith I would find the solution I desperately needed. As soon as I was home, I committed to finding that solution. I got to work determined to find a real way to control my own destiny. In my research, I found that doctors are only required to take one nutritional course through all of medical school. Can you believe that? No wonder doctors are clueless about managing blood sugar levels. On top of that, diabetes drug research focuses on two approaches, either stimulating insulin production by the pancreas or clearing excess sugar from the body. Although the meds they use can lower blood sugar, people still experience heart problems, high blood pressure, nerve pain, kidney issues, amputations, and strokes. If reducing blood sugar was the only problem, these drugs would be the answer, but we both know that's not the case. I followed my doctor's instructions to a T, never missing a pill or injection. Yet I still ended up in a coma, collapsing in front of my family. I knew there had to be something more, information doctors either didn't know or were keeping to themselves. Then I came across a channel on YouTube. I saw a video talking about some special type of sugar that prevents spikes and brings balance to glucose levels. I thought, wait a minute, did I just hear that correctly? Could this be the information I was looking for? I looked up at my monitor and the video was gone. The entire channel had been taken down. I frantically started searching for more information on the physician in the video, Dr. Molly Levitt. And although I found publications by a Dr. Levitt in the Journal of Endocrinology and the Journal of the American Diabetes Association, nothing mentioned this unique sugar, and I couldn't find her contact information. I needed a break. I figured I'd have to accept the setback and keep moving on. So I switched on the local news while having a snack. And what happened next was surely divine intervention. The evening news was wrapping up with a highlight on a guest speaker at a nearby university. I lived just 3 hours from the top medical school, and Dr. Molly Levitt was giving a lecture there in 2 days. This could be the answer I'd been looking for, so I made arrangements to travel to the school, hoping to learn more from Dr. Levitt. When the day of the conference arrived, I was excited, yet skeptical. But as soon as Dr. Levitt started to speak, I was glued to my seat. She explained that 20 years ago, her cousin passed due to glucose issues, leaving 2 young children behind. Dr. Levitt then made it her life's mission to help people beat diabetes. But while her lecture covered the global diabetes crisis, she didn't mention anything about this unique sugar. I thought, did I come all the way for nothing? I had to get to the bottom of this. So when her lecture ended, I walked over. As I approached Dr. Levitt, she smiled at me and said, "Looks like you could use some help." I told her about my diabetic coma, the meds I was on, and how they were ruining my life. I explained what my doctor said, risking another coma, and how I hated the idea of burdening my family. I said, "I know this may sound strange, but I'm running out of options. Can you tell me about this new type of sugar you found? I'm desperate to find a solution." Then Dr. Levitt said, "Come with me. I can't talk about this here." And I walked with her to a break room. She explained she can't speak publicly about her missionary research and findings. Too many big pharma companies are afraid her discovery could hurt their profits. She can only discuss it privately. Dr. Levitt agreed to share the information with me, but there was something else I needed to know first. She said I had to understand the real cause of high blood sugar. Most medical professionals think it's insulin resistance, but that's only one piece of the puzzle. Dr. Levitt explained that insulin resistance is where your body no longer responds to insulin. As you may know, insulin is a hormone made by your pancreas. It moves glucose from your food into your muscles, fat, and liver cells, where it can be used for energy. But over time, some people stop responding to insulin, so sugar can no longer enter cells for energy. But Dr. Levitt explained that this is only half of the story, because there's another part no one is talking about, and that's the vital role played by GLUT4 receptors. These are found in every cell, helping insulin move glucose into the right place. But with the food we eat today, your GLUT4 receptors get overloaded, particularly when you are resistant to insulin, making the receptors work even harder because sugar is everywhere, even in so-called healthy foods like salad dressings and protein bars. This forces the pancreas to produce a tsunami of insulin bombarding your GLUT4 receptors, resulting in what Dr. Levin calls GLUT4 overwhelm. Your GLUT4 receptors never get a break. They work overtime trying to keep up. Then they stop working altogether. Glucose gets stuck in your bloodstream instead of entering your cells, spiking your blood sugar. To make matters worse, when the glucose levels drop after a spike, your body craves even more sugar. And without GLUT4 receptors working as they should, blood sugar levels spiral out of control. Have you ever felt you're doing everything right, watching what you eat, but still can't lose weight or get your blood sugar in check? Well, now you know why. Your GLUT4 receptors are overloaded and failing. This is the leading cause of your blood sugar issues. Scientists at Harvard Medical School recently observed studies with GLUT4 overwhelm. They found that half the mammal subjects developed diabetes by 6 months of age. But that's not all. What shocked Harvard scientists the most was that subjects with fully functioning GLUT4 receptors increased their lifespan considerably. They lived 18% longer than subjects with broken ones. So these receptors are important because when you suffer from GLUT4 overwhelm, there's pressure on your kidneys, liver, heart, and other organs. Sugar in the bloodstream causes red blood cells to clump together, damaging blood vessels and stopping essential nutrients from reaching your nerves. The result? Nerve fibers become damaged and disappear completely. It's why half of diabetics suffer from nerve damage, which causes pain to shoot through your body, making you too numb to wash the dishes, pick up your grandchildren, or do everyday activities. That's when Dr. Levitt had her eureka moment. She realized that if GLUT4 overwhelm was the real problem, then GLUT4 relief would be the solution. If she could find a way to relieve those GLUT4 receptors, she could help patients maintain healthy blood sugar levels. So she searched far and wide for answers. She reached out to colleagues she trusted in the medical establishment, which she could count on just one hand, and trolled through decades worth of medical papers for the answers, but she couldn't find anything that triggered GLUT4 relief. Then Dr. Levitt had to put her search on hold. She was going overseas to provide health care for developing countries, which is how she ended up in Sudan, a country in northeastern Africa. There on the banks of the Red Sea, Dr. Levitt listened as her new Sudanese colleagues revealed their unique style of folk medicine. They discussed the remarkable ingredients they use, including a special kind of sugar. And when she reviewed the blood tests of her Sudanese patients, she was astonished. Their blood glucose levels were optimal, even though they consumed lots of sugar. Somehow, they maintained normal blood glucose levels with zero effort. How could this be? Dr. Levitt analyzed 900 local patients and couldn't find a single case of unhealthy blood sugar levels. Even older people were in tip-top shape and full of life. It was the total opposite of what we see in the U.S., where diabetes, obesity, and heart disease are out of control. Dr. Levitt analyzed the foods in the local diet and referenced these against their nutrient intake profiles. She took particular interest in how the nutrients affected blood sugar after a meal. Then, 3 hours later, the first thing in the morning, no matter what they ate, as long as these nutrients were also consumed, their blood sugar remained stable and in the normal, healthy range. Even after a high sugar meal, their glucose readings were reset to normal by morning. So she looked closely at the special compound that turned the idea of supporting healthy blood sugar levels upside down, because this compound isn't like anything you've seen or heard of before. You won't find it sold in Walmart or online. This scientifically researched miracle worker is called Sucre. It comes from the sap of ancient acacia trees, and scientists believe it can support healthy blood glucose metabolism by doing something extraordinary. You see, Sucre manipulates the movement of glucose, forcing it out of the bloodstream and into your small intestine. There, Sucre attaches itself to the glucose, slowing down absorption into your bloodstream. So you get a slower release of blood glucose, supporting normal, healthy insulin levels. That was the Sudanese sugar secret. As long as the locals ate this special sugar with their meals, they could eat anything and still have optimal glucose levels. Dr. Levitt had found what she was looking for in Sucre. She had discovered the key to achieving that all-important GLUT4 relief. Now, she could finally free people from the misery of GLUT4 overwhelm and open the door to GLUT4 relief instead. And that means healthier blood sugar levels are now within reach for people like you and me. Make no mistake about it, this is a game changer. And to prove it, Dr. Levitt showed me a study conducted by Japan's National Institute of Health and Nutrition. The researchers wanted to see if Sucre could reduce blood sugar spikes in type 2 diabetics. So they gave these patients jelly that was full of sugar. After they were given water that had minimal concentration of Sucre added to it, the results were shocking. Researchers found that just a small dose of Sucre suspended blood glucose levels from spiking in all type 2 diabetic participants of the study. That's because Sucre inhibited their sugar absorption in the gut. And in a study documented in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, observing 40 individuals over the age of 40, Sucre was added to their beverages at a very low concentration of just 4%. Blood glucose levels were analyzed, and this low concentration was enough to suppress their blood sugar levels, all because more food passed through their body instead of being absorbed into the bloodstream. What shocked scientists even more was that Sucre didn't just reduce their glucose levels, it suppressed insulin secretion too. But you won't hear much about this in any Western medicine. In fact, when I learned about it, I finally understood why the big industry executives were so concerned with Dr. Levitt. According to Dr. Levitt, when Sucre enters your system, it works in 3 very distinct ways. Step 1, Sucre relieves GLUT4 receptors by decreasing the release of sugar from the liver. This gives your receptors a break. Step 2, Sucre moves sugar from your bloodstream into your gut. It increases the amount of fat-melting bacteria in your body, which eats up sugar and safely expels it. This helps you melt fat and gets you the lean body you deserve. Step 3, Sucre increases insulin sensitivity, helping you get more sugar out of your blood and into your cells, where it belongs. The triple action process resets and maintains optimal blood sugar levels, so your body runs more efficiently. Your metabolism can shift from fat storing to fat burning mode as it melts away those extra pounds. And because more sugar is being shuttled into your cells, sugar cravings vanish. But that's just one of the incredible nutrients Dr. Levitt honed in on. She made a note of the others and handed it to me. This formula isn't just about the ingredients, she explained. It's crucial that each ingredient is properly dosed and consumed in precise amounts. Too much of one or too little of another, and you won't achieve the intended benefit. I thanked Dr. Levitt and headed home, barely able to contain my excitement. I hoped the super sugar recipe could trigger the GLUT4 relief my body desperately needed. I rushed straight to my home office to research these ingredients. Many weren't easily available, and I had to special order them from places like Africa, India, and Australia. The cost was eye-watering, adding up to $1,240, but I felt the results would be worth every penny. Soon, the ingredients arrived, and I got to work in my kitchen. I ground each ingredient into a fine powder, then measured each to the precise quantities Dr. Levitt recommended. Finally, my special blood sugar recipe was ready. Now, it was time to test it. Each morning, I added the powder to a glass of water and chugged it down. From the get-go, a feeling of calm and clarity came over me, along with energy I hadn't felt in years. Within days, my body felt lighter and life improved. I no longer needed a daily nap. I felt more productive than ever, starting little projects around the house, helping Lisa in the kitchen and shooting hoops with Ethan. Something was changing, for sure. I couldn't remember the last time I felt that good. I hadn't yet told Lisa exactly what I was doing, but it was clear to her that something was different. I drank my super sugar recipe every morning, and the change was stunning. My numbers dropped, even though I hadn't changed my diet. The first time I stepped on the scale after starting Dr. Levin's recipe, I was down 8 pounds. That's when I knew I was really on my way. I could actually see my toes again. I thought back to what I'd been eating recently and realized I didn't crave sugar and was no longer snacking. Soon, I was down another 9 pounds. My ankles were no longer swollen. The tingling in my feet went away, and my joint pain disappeared. My sleep quality improved, so I'd rise early without an alarm, feeling rested, refreshed, and energized for a new day. My mood was upbeat, and I had a positive outlook, excited about my life. The old Tony was back. Lisa and I connected physically in a way that we hadn't in a long time, and it was incredible. I felt so in love, so close to Lisa again. And as I cuddled, I finally told her what I had been up to, about Dr. Levin's ingredients, and how I made my special drink every morning. If she had any doubts, they disappeared as the changes continued. Over the next 2 months, every symptom of my diabetes vanished. I lost nearly 33 pounds, and I could fit into the clothes I never thought I'd wear again. 4 sizes smaller, to be exact. I felt like 20 years had melted away, restoring my younger, healthier self. I looked and felt 10 times better, with my energy levels through the roof. I could finally keep up with Ethan again. I rediscovered how great life is when you're not held hostage by diabetes. And my doctor was dumbstruck by the change. He couldn't believe his eyes, telling me he'd never seen such a transformation. He said, "Tony, I almost didn't recognize you. You're looking great, and your blood work is that of a healthy 30-year-old. No trace of diabetes." Then he did the unthinkable. He cleared me to stop taking all my meds. Not just one, but all of them. I cried tears of joy right there in the doctor's office. God had truly blessed me with a second chance at a good life. Yet, on the way home, I thought about all the other folks suffering from unstable blood sugar. People trapped in a vicious cycle of medication, side effects, and complications, waiting like sitting ducks for their blood sugar to destroy their finances, their health, and their families. And I remember the promise I made to God while in the hospital to pay it forward. I knew then it was time to share my recipe. I made larger batches of my special mix and shared it with my diabetic friends. Some just wanted to lose weight. Others were in deep with their glucose problems. I gave them enough mix for 30 days and told them how to use it. As word spread, more people came to me asking for my magic sugar mix. People from my fire department and neighborhood, plus parents and grandparents from Ethan's school. I was happy to help. And to my amazement, everyone I shared the mix with experienced incredible results. Here are some of their remarkable stories.
God bless you for creating this. After years of yo-yo blood sugar levels, I finally got my health under control. I feel 10 years younger, and my husband says I look it too. I'm so glad I gave this a try. I would have missed out on so much if I turned down the opportunity.
My energy levels are through the roof, and I can play soccer with my grandkids again. Better still, I've been able to ditch all my meds. No more needles or endless pill bottles. I am so glad I asked for extra. I don't ever want to run out of this amazing stuff.
Wow, the difference on the scales is amazing. Now I know GLUT4 overwhelm is why diets failed me. It all makes sense. When you know the real solution, losing weight is as easy as falling off a log.
Every person I gave this super sugar blend to lowered their blood glucose, lost weight, and felt better than they had for years. Word got out like wildfire, and I could barely keep up with requests. Plus, I had a bigger problem. The ingredients were expensive, and I couldn't afford to supply everyone, especially with costs rising. Many had to stop drinking the blend, watching helplessly as their weight and blood sugar levels rose again. I had to find a way to make everything easier, creating a solution that helped everyone get my amazing recipe. So I rang Dr. Levitt. I told her about my incredible transformation and how I was helping others get the same results. Then I explained how I'd hit a dead end due to costs and supply issues. Dr. Levitt was blown away by how well her ingredients worked. So we discussed how we could share the formula with all the people who needed it. And what happened next was amazing. Dr. Levitt connected with a highly regarded lab. She spent months helping them take over sourcing high-quality versions of all 6 ingredients, running countless tests to perfect the ratio. Then they figured out how to pack the rare ingredients into a tiny, easy-to-swallow capsule. Better still, we achieved all this at a reasonable cost, while also ensuring the highest level of purity and strength, even though sucre and the other ingredients are expensive to source. How? By cutting out the middleman, eliminating Amazon, Walmart, grocery stores, and other retailers. We decided to make our product available from our own website only. It's the only way we could make the highest quality ingredients affordable for regular, hardworking folks. We worked out a deal with a prestigious state-of-the-art facility right here in the USA to manufacture, package, and ship directly to you, even though the ingredients are sourced from all around the world. They are FDA registered and GMP, or Good Manufacturing Practice certified. Their in-house team of experts checked Dr. Levitt's recipe and approved it. So I'm confident we've blended the most potent ingredients in perfectly balanced quantities. That's why today I can proudly introduce you to the product that changes everything, Glucose 6. It took months of work and was expensive to create, but it has the potential to completely change your life. Glucose 6 is the world's first solution to use a golden ratio of licensed ingredients for fixing GLUT4 overwhelm. It's the perfect way to reset and maintain optimal blood sugar levels. So to fully understand how Glucose 6 works, I'd like to share additional details on each of Dr. Levitt's ingredients. Each is designed to trigger GLUT4 relief and help optimize healthy levels of blood sugar in women and men over the age of 40. You already know about the powerful benefits of sucre. We've proven that nature is always superior in restoring health, eliminating blood sugar worries, and shedding excess weight. And sucre is derived straight from nature. But finding quality suppliers wasn't easy. Finally, we fixed our supply issues by working with the only licensed sucre manufacturer on the planet. And while sucre is an incredible ingredient, this was just the beginning. Next, we added teacrine, the sugar reliever. It's found in the leaves of an ancient Chinese tea called kucha, and it supports healthy blood glucose metabolism in a complementary way. In a recent study, scientists found that having a fatty liver considerably increases your risk of erratic blood sugar and high blood pressure. That's because in the early stages of fatty liver, excessive fat droplets accumulate in the liver and trigger blood glucose issues. But Chinese locals drink a special tea with compounds that protect them from a fatty liver, and as a result can trigger GLUT4 relief. Scientists found that the little-known compound inside the tea was teacrine, so that was a must-have ingredient. Then we have a nutrient called Gurmar, or Gymnema sylvestre, the craving crusher. When Gymnema enters your system, it stops your gut from producing glucose and blocks sugar receptors on your taste buds, eliminating cravings. Next up is chromium, the insulin whisperer. It's a trace mineral your body needs for healthy functioning, and several studies suggest chromium may enhance GLUT4 relief. Protecting them from a flood of insulin is essential to stabilizing blood sugar levels. A lack of chromium interferes with your ability to lose weight. So adding chromium to glucose 6 gives your metabolism the boost it needs, melting away stored fat like butter under a blowtorch. Now, cinnamon was also on Dr. Levitt's list. An ingredient, and it packs a bigger punch than just taste. It enhances insulin sensitivity and has been shown to support healthy blood pressure. In a study that follows 60 middle-aged diabetics for a 40-day period, found even a tiny daily dose of cinnamon can significantly reduce high blood glucose after meals, not to mention triglycerides, also known as fat, and bad cholesterol levels. Finally, green tea, which according to Harvard-led studies indicates flavonoids and anthocyanins in green tea can improve glycemic control, helping to normalize blood sugar. Plus, it features health-promoting polyphenols and anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. It's easy to see how powerful this formula is and what sets glucose 6 apart as the best solution of its kind. No other creation on the market goes to such great lengths or demands such quality. In fact, once you start glucose 6, not only can it regulate and enhance your glucose metabolism, you'll see a visible difference in your body shape as fat melts off your frame. Any joint aches or pains will be a distant memory. You'll feel like you're living in the same body you had years ago. You'll even sleep better and wake up feeling brand new with more energy and a lifted mood. By now, I'm sure you're keen to get your hands on this life-changing formula, given its immense benefits. And so you should be, because just think, what will it cost you if you do not take advantage of this opportunity? Let me share a few sobering statistics with you. Did you know the average diabetes patient spends $211,400 on treatment? That's a mind-boggling amount of money that can ruin your finances. Alternatively, what would it cost to replicate my work yourself? It is certainly possible, as I did, but it was extremely time-consuming and costly. It cost $1,240 to source all 6 ingredients you need to trigger GLUT4 relief. And it would take months or even years of hard work and effort, but I want you to have the best chance to success at maintaining your health. So you won't pay anywhere near that much. You won't pay $400 per bottle, although that would be a reasonable price for a 1-month supply of glucose 6. You won't pay even half of that, or even 1/3. Given the value of glucose 6, how much money it can save you and benefits it'll bring you to your life, we could charge $1,000 and it would still be a great deal. But you won't pay that today. I've worked out a crazy bargain that's only available while you're watching this video.
When you order a single bottle of Glucosix today, you won't pay $200 or even $100. Your investment is just $69. That's all it costs to be diabetes-free forever. Just like our 44,212 delighted customers, you'll be telling all your friends how easy it was to become slim, healthy, and happy.
Glucose 6 has been a lifesaver for me. I mean, really, I thought I was doomed to get sicker and sicker and then succumb to some diabetes-related illness. Instead, I have turned the clock back on my health. All that stubborn belly fat is gone, and I feel like $1 million. I am so glad that I went with 6 bottles. I don't ever want to run out.
My doctor can't believe the change. I'm slimmer, fitter, happier, and healthier, and it all happened so fast. Honestly, Glucosix is a game changer. This helped me keep my blood sugar problems to the curb and live my best life. Plus, it saved me thousands on medications and medical costs. I love it.
Turns out losing weight is easy if you know how. I just take my Glucose 6 daily and the pounds keep falling off. I used to be too ashamed to even go out, but now I'm dating again. And yes, at my age, I'm just having the time of my life. I think I'm going to reorder because I don't want to ever run out.
As you've heard, people are getting amazing results. But of course, once you reverse your diabetes, you'll never want it to come back. That's why this next fact is so important. The Center for Mitochondrial Biology and Medicine found that taking Sucre for 3 to 6 months is the best way to ensure your diabetes never returns. That way, it has time to percolate through every cell in your body, balancing your blood sugar in the optimal way. And a review of our 44,212 past customers confirmed this. Customers who order 6 bottles always get the best results, banishing diabetes forever. They throw away their meds, lose weight fast, and live long, healthy lives. I want that outcome for you too. That's why I'm offering an even better deal for those who take the smart option. I've slashed the cost for the 6-bottle package, so there's nothing to stop you from being permanently diabetes free. I'm taking a big loss so you can win big. Reversing diabetes forever only costs $39 per bottle. You will lock in the biggest savings possible, so this is the best investment you'll ever make in yourself. But wait, there's more. I'm also offering free shipping on 3 and 6 bottle orders, which is like getting another $15 off. We'll deliver anywhere in the US without charging you a cent. Plus, you'll get 2 special mystery gifts at no extra cost. Based on everything we've learned, these unique bonuses will help balance blood sugar and lose weight even faster. And the only way to get them is to place a 3 or 6 bottle order today. But this amazing package deal won't be available for long. A single batch of Glucosix takes 3 months to produce, even when all the ingredients are available. And with inflation out of control, our costs are rising by the day. So now is the time to stock up with Glucosix while you can still get the lowest price. I strongly recommend you choose the 6-bottle option so you never have to worry about running out. After all, imagine how you'd feel if you made great progress in reversing diabetes, only to see those gains slip through your fingers. I don't want that to happen, so I'm holding 6 bottles just for you. And to make the decision even easier, I'm taking away all the risk. I'm personally backing Glucosix with a love it or I'll buy it back guarantee. That's valid for a full 60 days, giving you 2 months to test Glucosix and enjoy a total health transformation. I can only make such a rock-solid promise because Glucosix is so effective at reversing diabetes. But if you are one of the very few people who don't get 100% success, I'll buy the product back from you. No questions asked. Even if there's only 1 pill left. No hassle, no questions asked. So you don't even have to give me a yes, just a maybe. You can test Glucosix and discover all the benefits for yourself, risk-free. There's no auto shipping, subscription payments, or hidden charges. You just pay a low one-time fee to be rid of diabetes forever. But this special offer is only available on this page today. You won't find Glucosix on Amazon or in Walmart, so you must order now if you want to experience a life-changing outcome like Mary Dawson of Everett, Washington, who says,
"Giving Glucosix a try was one of the best ideas I've ever had. At last, I feel like I have my blood sugar issues under control, thank goodness. And as for my weight, the pounds are just falling away. I'm getting compliments from guys and envious looks from other women. I'll definitely be ordering another 6 bottles soon."
If you want to get results like this, you need to order Glucosix today, because what's your alternative? If your pancreas keeps producing excess insulin, it could keep you in GLUT4 overwhelm. For the rest of your life, you'll be doomed to be constantly pricking your finger, watching your carbs, putting on weight, and feeling sick. And every year, things will get worse. As the diabetes escalates, you could go blind, lose your legs, or have a heart attack. You'll be a walking target for cancer, kidney failure, and other killer diseases. You really can't afford to postpone a decision. Your life depends on this. I collapsed in front of my family, but managed to survive. You may not be so lucky. Diabetes could kill you, robbing you of decades of happy, active life. So the smart choice is to act now to turn things around. Just look below and choose your preferred package, remembering that the 6-bottle option gives you the lowest prices and the best results. Then you'll be on track to live the healthy life you deserve. If you're still hesitating, I understand. Doing nothing seems like the safe option, but the opposite is true. Doing nothing means nothing changes. Your health will continue to decline, with each day taking you closer to an early death. Sure, you can leave this website right now, ignoring all the scientific studies and trusted sources I've shared. You can believe the pharma companies and keep poisoning your body with their drugs. You can accept the old school thinking that diabetes can't be reversed. But why would you when there's a much better option? Just one click will start you on a journey to a much healthier future. It's risk-free, and it's the key to breaking free from diabetes. You've seen the evidence and you've heard the testimonials from delighted customers. So take the smart option, the intelligent option, the risk-free option. Select your package of Glucosix and begin a new wellness journey. Trigger GLUT4 relief so you can start a brand new life. One where your blood sugar is balanced, your health is on the up, and your body is slim and attractive. One where you can look forward to decades of happiness and active life with your family. To make all of that happen, all you have to do is click on your preferred package below, remembering that I strongly recommend the 6-bottle package. That way, you get free shipping and the mystery bonuses too. Glucosix is in high demand, and we are already running low on ingredients. If we run out, it could be months before we can produce another batch. I don't want you to miss out, so click now to place your order risk-free. You are just one click away from turning your health around, feeling your body function just as it should. You have nothing to lose except the opportunity to reverse diabetes once and for all. Put yourself first for once. You deserve to be healthy. Your family deserves to have you around for many years to come. And you can make all of that happen starting today. So give Glucosix a try and experience the joy of being truly happy and healthy. Choose your preferred option below, then fill in your details on the next page.
Hey, you still there? If you haven't rushed to place your order yet, like everyone else, I guess you still have questions. So let me go over the concerns we hear most often. Number 1, is Glucosix right for me? Do you have trouble balancing your sugar levels or maintaining healthy weight levels? If so, Glucosix is perfect for you. Glucosix has changed the lives of 44,212 men and women aged over 40, helping them achieve GLUT4 relief, balance their blood sugar levels, and lose stubborn fat. But in the unlikely event you find the quality product doesn't work for you, you're protected by our 60-day guarantee. That's how confident we are that Glucosix will work for you. Number 2, how does Glucosix work? Glucosix is the first dietary supplement to tackle the root cause of blood sugar imbalance and uncontrollable weight gain, GLUT4 overwhelm. The special blend of 6 ingredients is perfectly formulated to help you achieve the GLUT4 relief that gets your health back on track. Number 3, what's inside Glucosix? Glucosix is formulated from a unique property blend of 6 nature-inspired ingredients. Each plays a key role in helping you achieve effective GLUT4 relief. The ingredients are sucre, teocrine, gymnema sylvestre, chromium, cinnamon, and green tea. Number 4, is Glucosix safe? Glucosix is manufactured in an FDA-registered and GMP-certified facility in the USA. We use state-of-the-art, precision-engineered machinery and insist on strict sterile stands. Each ingredient is 100% plant-based, soy-free, dairy-free, vegetarian, and non-GMO. We agree to additional third-party inspection and quality control to ensure the highest purity and potency. But with an abundance of caution, we advise you to show a bottle of this to your doctor before taking it. Number 5, what if Glucosix doesn't work for me? Based on the amazing results achieved by 44,212 to date, I'm super confident Glucosix will give you the support you need to balance blood sugar and achieve your weight loss goals. But, of course, no supplement ever has 100% success rate. So, if you are one of the tiny number of customers this doesn't work for, we've got you covered. Every single bottle of Glucosix comes a personal 60-day 100% money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're unsatisfied with your results, you can just return what you haven't used for a full, no questions asked refund. Number 6, how many bottles should I order? If you're over 40 and struggling with blood sugar or weight management issues, Dr. Levitt recommends you take Glucosix for at least 3 to 6 months. That way, it has enough time to work through your whole body and achieve full GLUT4 relief. Plus, we're finding it hard to source the ingredients we need, especially the hard-to-find sucrase. So, we strongly recommend you pick up 3 or 6 bottles while you still can. Before long, the price may go up, or we may run out of stock altogether. Number 7, what's the best way to take Glucose 6? We recommend you take Glucose 6 daily for a period of at least 3 months, and ideally for 6 months. That way, the proprietary blend of natural ingredients can get to work dissolving fat and optimizing your blood sugar levels. Number 8, is this a one-time payment? Yes. You won't pay a single cent after today. There's no auto shipping, subscription payment, or hidden charges. You pay one low price right now to enjoy the benefits for a long time to come. Number 9, how quickly will my Glucose 6 arrive? As soon as we receive your order, we'll set to work shipping it out. If you live in the U.S., you should get your package in 7 to 10 business days. International orders may take a little longer. Number 10, what do I do now? Great question. And the answer is simple. Just click on one of the packages below, remembering that the 3 and 6 bottle options give you the best value and the greatest benefits. And of course, every order is covered by our 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. So there's no risk. Remember, stock is running out fast and prices may go up at any time. So just click on the button below, complete your checkout, and take the first step to a healthier, happier life.